Hey everyone, this is Chris for Premier Guitar, hanging out backstage with Eric from Shinedown. Eric, how you doing?
I'm doing so well, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, we're back here. We're in your little cave, I guess you said.
Yeah.
It's a little dark, but we'll try to do the best for you guys. You might as well pull out one of your basses, and we'll start from there.
Yeah, man. I play the Dean Hillsborough line of basses. I actually have a signature model with them. So these are just some of the arsenal here. This is my main number one. It's just an off-the-wall production model. It's the first off-the-wall production model they sent me that I got, and I just ended up playing it all the time. So this is literally the bass that you can buy in the store, pull it off the wall. It's the same one I'm playing every night as my main bass.
Is there anything that you asked Dean, or that when you guys collaborated and they approached you about the instrument, that you looked for or wanted on a bass?
Yeah, man. I actually got to pretty much be involved in all the design of the entire bass. I was a big J bass fan, okay. P bass. I was playing a lot of Ernie Ball Sterlings at the time, and so I kind of took those elements. I literally sent them a couple of my Fenders and one of my Ernie Balls, and I was like, the dimensions. I like these particular dimensions off of each bass. You know, the neck radius up here at the nut. It was really important to me to have something a little thinner. The neck kind of flattens out as you get up, up into the higher frets. It just had to be comfortable. That was the big thing for me. You can always adjust the sound on things, but it's really hard to make something that's comfortable to play. Once it's made, it's made. So we really concentrated hard on not having something that was neck heavy or anything like that. When you put it on, it sits just right. I do a lot of jumping around during the show, so comfort is a big thing. I like to be able to. My hands just have to be able to go, to the spot they're used to going to. So
for said jumping, is there anything you did to the body or any of these basses for weight relief? Don't want to have a bad back.
No, I've already got a bad back. It's too late for that. Some of these are way heavier than others. This is my number one is really comfortable. This is an American model. This is one from their custom shop. This is a flat white. I've got EMGs in this one and the EMG preamp, and I use this for a lot of the lower tune stuff. As you can see, it's well played, well worn, but. We're thinking about doing a production model with the flat white, so we'll see. Hopefully that'll be coming soon. This is one of my favorites right here. I love this bass.
Is there any variations of strings or string gauges that you're using throughout the models?
I use all 110 gauge. That's a good gauge for me for standard all the way through low tune stuff. It'll hold everything. So.
And what brand was that?
I use SIT.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So they've always been great to me, man. SIT, it's consistent string. Knock on all the wood in here. I've never broken a string live, believe it or not. So it's a SIT makes a quality product. This is actually the very first Dean Hillsborough bass ever made. This is the prototype. It's has no serial number on the back. It's all all custom done. They made a J bass setup out of it, which has Bartolini's in it. It's great for the more the ballad type stuff. I use it on songs like 45 and If You Only Knew. Really round low end on this bass, and it weighs about 3,000 pounds too. It's pretty weighty, but it sounds amazing. So
do you use round wounds or flat wounds?
I do not use flat wounds. I prefer the steels too, over the nickel. I play a lot. I go back and forth between pick and fingers a lot. So I definitely, even when I play with my fingers, like to hear a little bit of brightness to the tone.
Is there any specific songs you play like a pick versus your finger picking, or is it just some nights you just feel you want to use your finger pads a little more?
Most of the heavy songs I'll play with a pick. Diamond Eyes is one that I play as a heavy song that I play with my fingers though. Just been in the studio. Whatever I did in the studio, normally I will do live. Conversely, a song like Unity in the studio I played with a pick. And live, I like to play with my fingers. So it's just kind of, whatever feels good, the ballads always seem to feel great playing with my fingers. I always feel more in touch with the instrument when I'm playing with my fingers anyway. I prefer that. But, heavy songs, you're never going to beat that pick attack if you're trying to get something aggressive. I just tend to go with that. And I just use regular, Fender medium-sized picks, nothing too heavy.
Cool. Well, we might as well move down here, the assembly line of tone you have set up here.
Do it. This is basically... just nothing but noisemakers. I don't really keep any of this stuff on normally during while I'm playing. We do a lot of vamping, a lot of interlude stuff while Brent's talking during a show. So I'll kick on. I use the whammy pedal just wide open on an octave, and the delay pedal, and I'll do actually some guitar lead type stuff and some intros. The the chorus is the same thing. The Pog, of course, is just, I can make sort of an organ sound, with this stuff. This is all just sort of to be, honestly, just to be creative on stage, and trying new stuff every night. Always tweaking around with stuff. I'll, while Zach's noodling around, I'll be messing around with stuff in between our songs. But normally when the songs start, I'm either I just clean it all up, and it's my pure tone. I run a dime guitar head in my rig, and so I've got the channel switch here for that. Basically, I found that with bass, anytime I've tried to run any kind of a distortion pedal in line, whenever I kick that in, my low end just disappears, the gain might sound great, but the bass tone itself kind of suffers. So I rather add on with this. So my clean bass tone stays exactly the same throughout the show, and I just add this off and on with this switch. So a lot of the heavy songs I'll play, like Sound of Madness, I'll play the whole song with this on. But there are other songs that, like a song like 45 or something, I'll kick it on just in the chorus and pull it back.
So it's just a really big distortion pedal.
Really big honking distortion pedal, man, with a 412 cabinet and the whole deal. And I use the dime because I've had a bunch of tube amps out. I've had dual rectifiers. I've had some boutique heads out. They all sound great, but the maintenance on something like that is just, with as much traveling as we do and as many shows as we play every year, it's a tremendous upkeep. So the good thing about the dime head is, even in the studio, I use it a lot in the studio, is that it breaks up like a tube head. When you turn the gain down, it doesn't break. It doesn't have that sort of crackly, cheesy, solid state breakup. It has a really cool tube sound when you actually back the gain up. When you turn the gain up and down on it, and it's solid state, and it's not going to break down. So it's been, I've used this head for probably 400 shows and never had a problem with it. On the bass end of things, head wise, I'm a Hartke guy. The thing about Hartke is I tried a bunch of different stuff. I played Mesa for a while, Ampeg. Those are all great tones, but I had a sound in my head that I wanted to hear, and I could never really describe it. And I remember I went to the Hartke factory in New York, and they were like, hey, we've got this new high drive cabinet and these new Kilo heads and LH1000 heads. It's actually just LH1000 at the time. And I remember I plugged in a P bass with some old strings on it into it, and all of a sudden it was like, that's the sound I want to hear. It was pretty amazing. So I was like, send some out, and the guys over there sent out some heads, and I've been using them ever since. But I normally run a stereo setup on my bass. I normally run two bass cabs and the guitar cab for the dime. On this tour, I'm just running a Kilo. The LH1000 tone in my stereo rig is really just for my on-stage purposes. I like the way it sounds on stage. Right now we're running a clean stage, so all my cabs are backstage, so that's not really as integral a part. Yeah. When we were just on the Kiss tour, I was running stereo every night. But on this tour, I'm just running the Kilo, and it's a great head, man. It's got a tube front end and a solid state back end on it, and it's a monster, man. I'm just consistently happy with my tone every night. I don't have the situation where from venue to venue my sound is changing or anything like that. Everything is super consistent. And
so you don't have to change anything depending on the room. The amp kind of is always there.
I was talking the other day. I haven't touched these amps since we started the Amaryllis tour in Los Angeles about 2 years ago. I literally came in, I dialed in my stuff, and I went with it, and I'm happy with it every night. It's never given me any trouble at all, and those are actually the same heads I've been using too. So that's a true testament to the company. I got the Shure wireless stuff. This is my for my wireless switching. So whichever bass I get, we just switch the channel there. I route everything out to all my amps are all routed through this radial unit. So if something does happen and we're trying to troubleshoot, they can just my tech can just cut in and out whatever he wants to here, and we can see what's causing the problem. Okay. Which doesn't happen very often, so that's good. That's great. And then I run a very, very simple rig. I don't I try to keep it as simple as possible. Not a lot of moving parts, so it looks like a lot of stuff. It's just there's not a lot there to not a lot to go wrong. So I play keyboard as well, so this is the brain for our piano stuff live, because I use a small keyboard for Unity and then the full piano for I'll Follow You Down. I also run this this DBX 160, which is probably one of my favorite compressors in the recording studio as well. But some nights I'm digging in a little harder than others. Some nights I'm a little more overzealous than others. So we adjust the threshold here and there depending on certain tours. It goes back and forth. That's really one of the only things that I adjust a lot in my rig is my compressor settings. Just the what I've got going out. But so that's a pretty integral part of my tone right there. I play some acoustic guitar live, and we've got the Taylor Grand Symphonies. Just amazing sounding. I haven't really found anything that sounds better acoustically than those. The pickup systems are pretty ridiculous.
What song are you using that on?
I use it on. I play 4 songs. I'll play some acoustic on. I play Amaryllis. I play the intro to that, and the middle section of that. I play some acoustic guitar on Diamond Eyes. If You Only Knew, and Crow and the Butterfly. So they kind of come in and out throughout the show. So, but that's
man of many talents.
Man, I try to be.
Job security.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, they can't replace me. What are you talking about? But yeah, it's actually a lot of fun to play a lot of different things live. It keeps it fresh. It keeps it fun. It keeps me on my toes, having to switch in and out. Actually, on this particular bass, I'll just show you something. I got 2 basses that I keep no knobs on. They're all toggle switch, just off and on. So when I'm switching to the acoustic guitar live, when I come back, all I gotta do is hit that and then go and play, and then flip it up again and it turns it off. So I'm not toying around with knobs while I'm trying to get to an acoustic guitar, and there's no bass feedback or anything like that. So try to make that pretty simple with just the off-on switches. So part of the acoustical side of things.
All right, well, thank you very much, Tom, for your Erica.
Yeah, guys.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you walking through all your gear and your signal chain.
Thank you, guys, man. Appreciate it very much. And come check out the Carnival of Madness, man. It's a great show.
All right, everyone. We're over on the guitar side of things here with Zach. Zach, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing very well. And we're going to start here with your guitars. It looks like a boat of PRSs.
It always has been and always will be. The most important part of the rig, of course, is this.
It's Michael.
That is Michael. That is always there. And yeah, man, we'll start from the beginning. Paul will make me a guitar every year. So he made me this one in 2010.
He just makes it, or do you have anything input, or he just says?
I get a custom guitar from them every year. I usually don't have input. They'll just kind of make me whatever, which I tell them to do anyway. I trust anything they do. So this is a Tiger charcoal burst. It's got the ZM and the flake kind of diamond looking inlay, and it's got the fleur de lis right there, and the custom built for Zach Myers. And
it's a hell of a birthday present.
It's a pretty awesome birthday present. You ought to see some of the other ones that I have in here that he made me. All these straps, it's a funny story behind this strap. This was a misprinted strap. This is Sparky back here, by the way. He doesn't.
Sparky, how you doing?
What's going on? How are you guys?
Sparky's been with me for a long time now. This is
Make Sparky wear the Michael mask?
No. I think he'd probably want to, though. Sometimes he would. I think he wants to some days just to get away from people. This is a misprinted Levy strap, and we got some. And so Sparky and I know the Levies pretty well, and we asked Danica if we could get some of these, and she had no clue what we were talking about with the strap. So we sent her pictures, we explained it, we gave her the serial number too. Long story short, they ended up finding an extra box, and we got a bunch more of them because they stretch, but they're not like the ones that they make now where it's all stretched through there. So it's just a little bit of stretch, and I got a bad back, so it kind of helps out with that. And then we got the American flag patches on all the guitars. So this is one of my main PRSs, C sharp. Okay. Yep. This is the Starla. The only thing different about this guitar is it has 5909s in it. And Paul gave me these. He was doing a clinic in Memphis, and I came and sat in on his clinic, and he handed me these. So this is one of the first sets of 5909s. This is just a straight up Starla. Only thing really different is the Michael Myers truss rod cover.
What song do you use this guy on, or songs, I should say?
Devour. Use this on Devour. And this my A&R guy from PRS, the guy who brought me to PRS originally, passed away this year. So this is for him, and he actually gave me this guitar. So this guitar means a lot to me. And he was a big part of our family, and more so one of my best friends. So this one's for Grover. We play this one every night. And then we have a Zach Myers PRS signature model, but in a different color than the natural colorway that they sell. Normally it's this color, like a dark blue, But this is a faded blue jean. So what we did was I had I think Paul Miles, who runs the PRS Custom Shop, sanded this down. And so this is my standard signature model. When I get the signature models, a lot of questions I get from kids who buy them is, I change nothing about these guitars. I don't change the knobs, I don't change the pickups, I don't change the bridge, I don't change the tuners. I literally change nothing. So this is how they come. And this has got a custom made ZM Louis Vuitton truss rod cover on it, and then the Louis Vuitton fret markers in the back. And this is played on Enemies. I'm from Tennessee, so I'm a big Buck Owens fan. And so I have a Buck Owens telly, and I wanted them to make me a PRS, so they did. So this is just a regular Mira gold guard, custom made gold guard, clear knobs. All my guitars have clear knobs. These have 5708s in them, one of the newer set of 5708s. I think they had stainless steel saddles too, which is cool. And yeah, so it's a little Buck Owens, one of my favorite guitar players. So Buck Owens Mira, and this is played on Unity.
And through all your PRSs, do you have any different strings and string gauges that you're using throughout the different models?
I SIT 11 to
49s, 11 to 49s, and then he plays on the lower tunings. He'll play a 52 set, heavier set, because it's a lower string tuning, so it doesn't flap a lot.
And then now we're getting to, I got on a single cut hollow body kick this year. So I've had this one for a while. This one was custom made by Paul for me. So this was 2009 that he made me this one. Just a beautiful guitar. The color is that of Wives' Tale and Legend at this point, because Sparky says it's blue. No, he says it's green. He says it's green, and I say it's blue. I think it's teal. I think it's a water blue, because I asked for a water blue guitar. This is actually a 25th anniversary hollow body 2 that they came out with the piezo. The blue back. One of my heroes, Levon Helm, passed last year, so we put this on there for him. I was a big fan of the band growing up. It's also got the custom built for Zach Myers and signed by Paul. This is an awesome guitar. I play this on Diamond Eyes. So. Then this is another single cut hollow body 2, another 25th anniversary as well. This is green. Okay?
That's great.
All right. Son of a bitch. And this has 5708s in it. We use the piezo on this too, so we have 2 of the Shure UR4D wirelesses on this one for the acoustic that goes straight to a DI, and one of the rig. I like this one too because it's got the skeleton birds out of bone. Big fan of that. And then another, I can't recall the guy's name, but a guy in Dallas makes me these truss rod covers.
Beautiful.
And same thing on the back, match back. And that's if you only knew. So I used the piezo on that as well.
What's your reason behind the clear knob? Just think they're cool?
I just always... He's going to kill me. I keep knocking picks off there. I just think they're cool. I've always liked them. I thought they looked cool. And I think if you put a certain color knob on a certain guitar, then you'll take away from what that guitar is, or, so. What's next? So there's actually a funny story behind this guitar. This is another hollow body 2 25th anniversary. This actually has a cool truss rod cover. It has Michael Myers on it. It says "Wanted, Dead or Alive" for award. I needed a guitar for the "I'll Follow You" video, and I needed it to get wet. So I said, hey, I called Bev at PRS. Said, this guitar is going to get wet, so you could send me a broken one, but I want a natural colored hollow body, but we're going to ruin it. It's going to get rained on and all that. So she goes, well, I have a guitar here that has a crack in it and the toggle switch doesn't work. I got the guitar. She sent it to me. I was like, it's a beautiful guitar. I did not want to get it wet. So I can't find the crack in this guitar anywhere. I'll let you you can marinate on that guitar for a minute and tell me where there's a crack. And also I hit this and it worked fine. So that she gave me a perfectly working guitar. And I was playing this last night on stage and I realized this might be one of the prettiest guitars I play in the set. It works fine. She's crazy. I don't know what she's talking about.
So did you get it wet?
I got it wet a bunch, but every time after a take I would go and run and dry it off because I didn't want it to Same thing, matching back, 57 gold 5708s. And this, it has the piezo, but we don't use it. And this is tuned for C sharp for Amaryllis. And then this one is my favorite touring guitar that we have out here. This was my 2012 PRS made this for me. This is just a super beautiful guitar. I see pictures of it that fans tag me in, and it's like I see it. It looks like a different color every night, and I think it's a copper color. The top is super figured. These are 35708s. It's got the lotus flowers, which I have on my arm, which I don't know if you can tell. That's where that came from. And then the ZM with the fleur-de-lis. And the neck is actually snakewood. So I mean, if you can get in the light there, you can see all the dots in it. Headstock as well is snakewood. I know it's hard to get, but with the ZM truss rod cover. And then the back on this and the back of the neck is just truly beautiful. I almost wish I didn't play this one on stage because I don't like scratching it up. But Joe Walsh told me one time, I've got an old 58 Les Paul that I got, and then he just told me it's just a piece of wood, and I was like, okay, I'll play it. So this is one of my main guitars, which by main it means I just play it 2 songs, and everything else I'll play 1. And it's the same thing, custom over Zach Myers. They PRS. I've been with PRS. I found a picture the other day from '96 with me in my first PRS. So that's how long I've been with them. I'm not allowed to say anything about this guitar. I can just show it to you. Just don't film the headstock. So this is a cool guitar. That's all I'll say.
What color is this one now?
It's almost like it's like a mix between Trappist green and whale blue. So zebra humbuckers, semi-hollow, chambered, natural binding and natural back, and no lacquer on the neck, so sanded neck completely. So it feels really cool. Vintage Clouson tuners, and yeah, other than that, it's a mystery guitar. And this is the oldest one in the bunch. This is my white hollow body. This one, Dragon 2 neck, bass, Dragon 2 treble, which are my favorite PRS pickups ever made. They don't make them anymore. I'm hoping that we can start a riot after this and get them to start making them again. This is just an old double cut hollow body, piezo, solid white. The top actually has been rebuilt on this guitar twice because in flight or shipping or whatever you can't even tell. But yeah, it's been rebuilt twice, the whole guitar. Same thing, Michael Myers truss rod cover. I put when Michael Jackson died, I put that on there a long time ago.
What song do you use this one on?
This is used on our new single, I'll Follow You. Okay. It's pretty beat up. And it's standard tuning, capo on the first fret. And then last but not least is the NF3 that they made me. This is the second NF3. This is actually just a different body. I smashed the body. When was that? Minnesota. Hinckley, Minnesota. I had a bad show. I got my own head. I got benched, as Sparky says. And so I got really mad, and I threw the guitar down, and I cracked it all the way through here, all the way through here. So this is a different guitar. Sparky put the neck on this guitar and the pickups that were in there. Because I love Paul Smith to death, but he messes with stuff a lot. He'll go, oh, this is great, I'm going to change it. And so the pickups that were in this one were completely different than the new NF3 pickups. So just a solid white, steel bridge, maple neck, gold birds, which is pretty cool, with the black onyx lining. And then just the Louis Vuitton fret markers again. Gets really dark, I can't see. And yeah, so this is a Frankenstein NF3, a little different than the main one that I had. And yeah, so that's it for the electrics. This is a Taylor, I believe this is a 900 series, I think. This is my Simple Man guitar. So this is where the magic happens, I guess some fans would say. This is only played on Simple Man. I got this from Taylor a couple years ago. It's still got so much dust on it. That's what I told you about last night. We played in Kansas City last night outside, and it was like I told him last night I was like just looking at it, and it just like had a cake of dust on it. So probably pyro dust too. And I like this. I've always liked this inlay, and I've just the dreadnought style. I've always thought was a pretty cool guitar. And then of course the Rupert Neve designed Taylor system, the best plugged in sounding acoustic guitar you can find. I like the inlay there too. But yeah, so this is the Simple Man guitar. This is only used on that, and I've always liked these tuners, these little button shaped tuners. So this is in standard, of course, for Simple Man. And then we can go over here, and I believe this is, I want to say this is an 800. I'm not really sure. I think it's an 800, but I use this on Crow and the Butterfly and Second Chance, and Second Chance is a capo on the third, and it usually, this one stays on this Gracie stand, I believe, the whole time, right? And so yeah, this is just strictly for the Gracie. It's been cracked. Oh no, this one hasn't been cracked. My other one, the Simple Man's guitar, has been cracked, but yeah, this is just the 800 series, same thing. The Rupert Neve designed expression system is amazing. It sounds really good. And those are the two acoustics that I have out here currently. Many moons / months ago, I had a big rig, and it was like I had 2 diesels, 2 Fuchs, and a Diamond, and I decided to try something completely new that all the kids were talking about, and I got a Fractal. So there it is in all its illustrious glory. I use no effects anymore. Everything I use is in the Fractal right now. I like it. We're just checking it out and see if we dig it. If not, we'll go back to the crazy rig of doom. But I sat with that thing for 3 weeks. Really dug into it. We started programming it. Me and Sparky got together in Nashville and started messing with it. And then they said, well, everything you did doesn't count because the firmware isn't up to date with the software, or vice versa. I'm not hip on. I like tubes, so I didn't know what that meant. So basically, everything that I programmed on the computer wasn't eligible for here. So Sparky, when he would change, Sparky does all my pedal changes. So I don't even have one of these out here anymore. On the stage, so he does all this. So when we'd hit a switch, like from here to here, there'd be like a second long lag. It'd be like, "Nyeh," and it'd load, and then you'd get the other sound. And I was like, okay, well that's not supposed to happen. So we switched it up, and I ended up having to program everything actually on the Fractal, like in the 90s on the old Digitech crazy. Like you'd be like, okay, and then you have to roll over a million times. So yeah, that's and then my main sounds are in there are a diesel. I believe we sampled my Fuchs, and then the Fryette, and then I use 2 AC15s and 2 AC30s.
Did you sample your Herbert, or is that just a sound that's
just the Herbert that's in there?
Okay.
And it sounds pretty much similar. I actually have a 60s hand-wired Vox AC15 at home, and that one sounds so close to it. I still use diamond cabs. I love the diamond cabs. To me, they just, when they sound test them, they just do them for such a long time. Actually, there it is right there. That's my cab that I run on stage. That's my live cab. And yeah, I mean, and I think I used a 68 basement or something on 45. And other than that, that's the amps. The AC30, the AC15, the Fryette, the diesel, the Fuchs, and the 67.
Those are all on at various times, or
different songs,
okay,
or different patches, and yeah, it just makes it easier. And I may go back to it. We're right now, just for the cab, we're running a Crown Power amp, Furman, everything. We've always been a Furman band. Love their power. We just think it's super clean and really works for us. The Shure UR4D Pluses, we run 4 of them. So we have 3 channels of electric, 1, 2, 3, so white, blue, and purple. And then this is the acoustic channel for the acoustic guitars and for the PRS that I use on Piezo. Of course, the Whirlwind multi-selector, and then another Furman up here. And then Sparky does the Fractal Audio Systems. It's the MFC 101 Mark II. So he does all the changes. And this is the pedal board that I have on stage. This is all I have out there.
What do you like about the Buddy Guy wah versus, the Slash or the Hendrix or even just the 535?
To me, the Buddy Guy wah reminds me of like an old an old Vox wah, or I was a huge Hendrix fan, so the big sweep is what I like. When it's here, I want it to be almost ear piercing, and when it's here, I want it to be pure bass. So I don't know. I've just always loved this wah. I have two identical of these pedal boards. One is downstage, and one is actually up on the set. And the whammy, of course, Sound of Madness, Enemies, the Solo and Bully. Sparky runs the whammy on Enemies from back here. We have a little part in the set where he just gets up and he can kind of work it with his hand. And Voodoo Labs pedal power. The Buddy Guy wah to me, and also this little boost right there is an amazing thing. And I've tried every wah, man. I like the old Voxes. Old Vox is my favorite wah, but if you can find a good old Crybaby, and I think this is the best one they've made other than the original. And I've got some old 70s Voxes that I'd never bring out, And so that's that.
And what about for guitar picks? What are you using? I saw a bunch of them on top of the headstocks.
I use I think I have more pick designs than anybody I've ever seen. I use Intune picks, mostly 73s. But some are different. Some are a little lighter. So many dumb. A lot of them are inside jokes. They don't even make any sense. Sparky made this one. I'm creatively fueled by hibachi food, like where they cook in front of you, like Benihana. So Sparky made me that because we always call it chop chop. So, and rarely do my picks say Shinedown. So, and also I think we're an easily accessible band. I don't like people selling my picks on eBay, so that's another reason I make so many. I just want them to be worth pennies. I don't want them to be worth anything, because you can come to a show and get them. This goes back to the God Bless Levon Helm, if you can get that. That's and then I got the lyric Virgil Caine is my name from the night they drove old Dixie down. Big Yankees fan. Yankees, Myers.
What do you think about A-Rod?
I think he should go. I'm over him. I don't care. He can leave for all I care. We could spend that money on 2 other bats. Now we're talking about baseball. Also a big Air Jordan fan, big sneakerhead. So I did the Z Myers, and I did how they do the numbers for the Jordans, 83, which is the year I was born, same as the Yankees. Of course, with the Michael Myers thing. And then all these other ones are just stupid inside jokes. And then I think there's a couple more that are pretty cool on this side.
Is there any differences or particular reasons why you use different gauges, or are they all the same?
I use lighter gauges on stuff that I have to play like really kind of sweeping solo, like fast stuff. So that'll be this one. This will be like a 50, 58, 55. And that's got a picture of my little brother who works for us, and then a description of how to put on a condom on the back. Why they go hand in hand, I don't know. Sparky had this one made for me. I'm a big sneakerhead, so he put a sneaker on a head and made that. Big Tennessee Titans fan. Got that. Also a diehard Memphis Grizzlies fan, like super hardcore Memphis Grizzlies fan. So it's got that. Big Tennessee supporter. So I got the Tennessee with the 901. So Zach Myers, Memphis. This is our drum tech, Bear. I took this picture in 2010 on the last Carnival of Madness, and he's riding a pink Honda 3-wheeler. On the back it says you can kiss these pink ass taillights. We made this for Carnival of Madness, just a fun, colorful pick. Chewy Vuitton. Stupid. I don't know why I did that. One of my favorite Grizzlies players, Tony Allen. He does the best post-game interviews ever. This one just says I've been lifting weights all week. It's, like I said, my picks are dumb. You just got to go along with it. And then the infamous one that gets all the attention is the Memphis Tigers, but on the back, if you're from Kentucky, you probably won't like that. My old head coach. So, yeah, all the picks are in tune. Strings are SIT and Elixir, and that is the rig right now for 2013. Yeah, it's 2013. So yeah,
Summer of 2013.
The summer of 2013. This is what the rig is today. is what I'll say. It always changes. So yeah, so there you go.
Awesome, Zach, thank you again
Thanks
for your
a lot,
time, man.
man. Appreciate it.
Sparky, thanks for chiming in.
You're welcome.
Thank you
Very much.
This is Chris Keys for PremierGuitar.com.